To my Sunday simul chess stream here on lichess.org. International Master William Paschall. We're going to be playing 20 players here. Let me get the window up so you guys can see the simul I'm creating. Edit scene. Alright, host a new simul. Standard 40 minutes, 40 seconds, with 20 minutes host time to make it viable for me. Host color random, that makes it more fun. We've got video, move up. Alright, so ready to start, guys. Rabran, you're not allowed to play. You're too good. Haha. Yeah, my equals don't play. No IMs. You must be really bored, man, to want to play in my simul. No IMs or GMs. or strong FMs. Or GMs. Weak FMs only. Let me get started here, guys. 20 players. We've got 40-40 time standard, 20 minutes extra for me, random, and we're ready to start. So normally I don't take any reservations, so it's first come first serve. I'm going to be playing 20 players. I rejected Rabran. I can't even beat him in blitz. How am I going to beat him in a simul? Bip bip snowball. Move 11. I think you wanted to play. Alright, move 11 isn't here yet. We've got Periode. Just going with the guys first who are in the stream here. I don't like the way that the list just doesn't stay where it was. Who was it that was here first? Anyway, guys, just 20 places. I'm going to accept all these guys. And then I can take out ones that don't qualify. That's probably the best way to do it, you know. Rather than like checking to see if everybody has enough games or whatever, I'm going to take 20 people and then reject the ones that don't have enough established games. I'm going to keep one place open for move 11 because he said he was going to play. And then we'll see which one of you guys, if any of you guys have not enough games. I really require everybody to have 50 games, established games, some kind of rating, because I don't like playing accounts that were just created for the purpose of trolling my simul. Move 11 is in there. Okay, Periode, Snowball, Salty Eagle, Clash Kid. This guy is got 36 games. We'll let him slide. He's pretty sketchy. He'll probably withdraw from the simul. Guys, if anybody's not sure about whether they can last 2 hours, actually, Robran, I mean, I had a couple guys like who were 2,500 playing my simuls. At least, I mean, lichess 2,500, so you wouldn't be the first one. The one of them, I think, was a computer. Internet chess. I mean, I like playing in simuls. Kmarp. Guys, we're going to get started just momentarily. I just want to make sure none of these are just accounts that were just created today or something. So, it looks good. I mean, only one of them is this one, Cyrillic name. But he's got 50 games. I'm going to let him slide. Sorry I can't play more players, guys, but 20 is the limit today. So we're going to get started without further ado. Last week it went, you know, really long. Because I had one rook ending that was extremely technical. Rabran says, sure, buddy, he's just kidding. Good luck. Thank you, man. Okay, so I'm going to try to play a little bit of everything with black and with white. Try to mix up the openings. I hate to play the same thing. And I think, actually, from a practical standpoint, it's bad for the simul giver. It's actually bad for the simul giver to play the same opening on all boards, because obviously this would apply even more in a blindfold simul, but it's bad for the simul giver to play the same position on all boards, because it gets kind of confusing and you can make hallucinations that you're playing a different board than you really are. confusing the games between each other. Obviously, a much bigger problem if you're playing a blindfold simul. So, soul to ego. Everybody, actually, I did play a tournament game. It was a short draw today, which I'm not really proud of because I was white against a slightly lower rated FIDE master, but my team is in danger of relegation, and I didn't really want to take any risks. This guy was a pretty strong FM, and I lost to him once before, so I didn't really expect to play him. I had prepared for a different player. I thought this opponent was going to be playing on their first division team, and I'd spent all my time preparing for a guy I thought I would beat in the Philidor, but then I get stuck with a stronger player who I wasn't prepared for. So, quick draw today. I'm not that tired, but I was still walking around for 4 or 5 hours can kind of tire one out. Normally I'm playing 25 players in my simuls here, but I'm willing to play only 25 maximum at this time control. If I played, one day maybe I'll do an even longer simul, but I think the 3-hour simul is pretty serious. Alright, a little bit of C4. So anyway, quick draw in tournament game today. Yeah, I'm not looking for quick draws. I want to gain some rating points, but it was in the best interest of my team, I think, to not risk losing. Alright, let's try to mix it up. My team ended up losing the match 7-5, but I thought that was kind of probably to be expected. We're a little bit weaker than the other team, so it was kind of, as long as it wasn't worse than losing 7-5. If I had lost, for example, it would have been quite a bad result. 7.5, 4.5, not good. Alright, I am not a Fed. We have not played before, but I have a strange feeling like you challenged me or in my live stream or something, but the game didn't get played, or can't remember. Let's try a Scandinavian. Hey Sledgy, I'm going to have any trouble with getting flagged as cheating for flipping tabs back and forth between the stream and the game. No, I mean, I don't think the stream and the game, if you had multiple windows open on lichess, that might be a problem. Alright guys. Alright, so I've got to move a little bit faster. Try to speed it up here. I should have played e5, like e4, e5 in one game. Internet chess, knight f3. Okay, let's try for g6. Periode, you don't tell me you got white again. This is Periode's 7th white in a row against me. That's kind of hard to believe. How could that happen? He could get white 7 times in a row. It's almost like it's a joke. How? I mean, I realize some of them are simuls and some of them are blitz games, but how could you get 7 whites in a row? Like, what are the statistical chances of that? Any statisticians out there? It's nice to have 2 screens. I have 2 screens from playing online poker. Actually, I have 3 screens. I have 3 screens. We finally get a d4. Everybody plays knight f3 when I play the... Everybody plays knight f3. Uh-oh, we've got a little bit of drop frame problem again. There is a small chance the stream has to be restarted. It doesn't look serious yet, but just warning you guys, if it happened, I would start the stream right up again. Usually, sometimes there's some lag in my internet connection, and I can start the stream again, and everything will be back to normal. Okay, against Snowball, we'll try something a little out of the ordinary. Queen c7, the Quinteros variation. Okay, King's Indian. Today I was not prepared for my opponent to play... I mean, I was not prepared for this opponent. I ended up on the white side of a Grunfeld / English opening. My opponent was a Grunfeld player. I really need some work on dealing with the Grunfeld. Got to get booked up. We've got to get booked up. Alright, Stig. Alright, we'll play knight f3, the reverse Alekhine. Knight f3 should not be out of book. Dway Kadera. Ah, the D3 move. What is that? All right, we'll transfer to the Sicilian there. Move 11 played the French on me. Or, no, it doesn't have to be the French. We can play a C4. Let's see what he does there. All right, Andrea Peroni with the... he's been hanging out with Simon Williams, stealing Jack Young's openings. D5. Old friend of mine, Jack Young, from the States. It's like a 2300 player who he dubbed that opening the hillbilly attack. I'm not sure if Jack actually created the name or someone else, but he published it first, probably. So Super Sebi, what am I going to do with this G3? Aha, all right. Saltigo, you're too good to be out of book after one knight F3. I've learned my lesson with Periode that you can't play... You definitely can't play E6 against him because his Catalan is brutal. I tried the King's Indian twice. Now let's try something like a pseudo King's Indian. Against Steve... Actually, I don't remember playing the King's Indian against Steve. Probably I did. I am not a Fed. Loca Pit. We lost once to Loca Pit. Blitz. I don't remember this game losing in the simul, maybe? We must have lost on time or something. Alright. Let's speed it up a little bit. Welcome everyone. We're playing 20 players here on lichess simultaneous exhibition. I'm International Master William Paschall. We are Sparkle Horse on lichess, Slaggy on Twitch. Oh man, the Grunfeld, my favorite opening. Was just talking about this. Actually, I had been playing the Fianchetto recently against the Grunfeld, but I had seen some games of my opponent from this morning, and he seems to play really, really well in the Fianchetto Grunfeld, so I decided to pass on that and play the English. I just pretended I was playing Sergei Kudrin, who has notoriously been a difficult opponent for me in the past, a Grunfeld expert, and in the open I said, I'll just pretend I'm playing Kudrin. It's kind of anti-Grunfeld. Good enough for not being worse. But getting an advantage is tough against anything. Clash Kid. How's the stream? We had a little bit of dropped frames. We're a little bit behind. But it looks just like there's some delay, and otherwise it's alright. Keymarp. So guys, feel free to chat here in the Twitch stream. I'm just trying to concentrate on not falling too behind on the clock. Ezekiel Guti from Argentina, pretty strong. 2204. He's played the Dutch. Well, it's not really a Dutch because I haven't played D4 yet, but it looks like it's on the agenda. I've got some flexibility with my not committing my knights too early, though. Bip bip. King's Indian, symmetrical King's Indian attack, maybe. That's something that you don't see very often. Petrosian, the original Tigran Petrosian, the original, very, very strong and symmetrical King's Indian attack. Not too many people are expert at something like that. Now, Dway Kadera, we could play D5 here. I think I'll opt for a more hyper-modern approach. Move 11 with the Queen's Gambit of some kind. You guys are just not chatting, I think. It's not that my stream is too slow. Welcome, Andrea. BP Pi Standards Jeroen for moderating Periode. So welcome everybody who's in the Twitch stream. I haven't seen any comments. Oh, the slow E6, B6 tricked me into playing knight F3 here relatively early. I guess it doesn't matter so much. So Yeah, let's think about this here. We can just transpose into some kind of English. Or we can be more combative with d4. My biggest priority is not getting in really big time pressure in these simul situations. Now knight takes d4. I guess I can play a6 here. Knight f6, knight b5 is kind of strange. Probably transpose to an e6 Sicilian there. Carlsbad, Leningrad, Dutch. I am not a Fed, playing knight f3. Well, and the Grunfeld, yes, there it is, my favorite. Okay, Grunfeld, very theoretical. Let's try something. I was looking at bishop f4 recently. I'm not sure I'm really ready to play it, but a lot of King's Indian type of stuff going on. English, King's Indian. Salty Ego, after lengthy consideration, playing d5. I think my Twitch got kind of stuck. Maybe I missed some chat from you guys, so million miles away, Periode. Playing g3 anyway. Alrighty. Well, I don't know what the deal is with that g3 there in that particular situation. I am back on Twitch, guys. Bishop b5 from Lokapit. I don't know what I've decided here. I like knight d4 though. So now we could transpose to a Con Sicilian against Snowball, or try something new and different. Clash Kid with the Queen's Indian. I'm making gingy throat clearing sounds. Roman Gigiash really was a kind of mentor for me at one time, and he had this nervous habit of clearing his throat like every, I don't know, intervals of 4 or 5 minutes. Like this. Alright, Ezekiel Guti with d6. We are into one of my favorite anti-Dutch systems. And then move 11 with the Queen's Gambit declined. I don't know what he's up to there. Internet chess. Salty Ego, chat test. Good job, thank you. Yeah, Jeroen is babysitting a sick friend, apparently. Catalan, Bishop c4 from I Am Not a Fed. Well, here, perhaps bg4, and the Nimzovich defense. So a little bit of everything. Now bishop e3 from Snowball. I'm thinking about bishop b4, but in order to do that I have to move my e-pawn first. I could play e5, and then e5, knight f5 looks pretty bizarre. e5, knight f5, g6. Now e6 or e5 or something else. e5, knight f5, d5, knight takes d5. Knight takes d5, queen takes d5. Pretty bizarre situation, actually. Looks good for white. Pawn up. Really strange position, though. I guess I'll just transpose some kind of Sicilian I don't play. So e6, g4 looks rather dangerous. I could play bishop b4 there. I don't want to get in really ridiculous time pressure in these games. Sick visitor. Is it animal or vegetable? e5 here. The classic Leningrad Dutch theme. And Andrea Peroni playing c4 in the hillbilly attack. Highly creative idea. Positionally questionable. So many choices, so little time. That's what I would say about the situation here for black after c4. So many choices and so little time. Man, this is a tough one. Everything looks good. Steve with the bishop e2 move order. Alrighty then. Do your worst, Steve. And bishop g7. So this position enters into the twilight zone with e4. Lots of choices here. Really don't know which is the best move. Knight d2, knight e5, knight g5, knight g5, attacking the central pawn. Knight e5. Perhaps knight e5. Alekhine's defense theme. Quaidadera. Bishop e3. Alright, sir. I am not a fed with the bishop c4 against the Alekhine's defense. Sehr good. Spirit of Alekhine. I'm just going to pronounce it the American way. I get so torn how to pronounce it. Knight c3 from Super Sebi. Now this is ironically a move that I've talked about in one of my review videos. Guys, check out my channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. That English opening is actually good for black. A3 from Snowball. Although it's a reasonable move, it's looking kind of slow. But on the other hand, nothing special I can do, I guess. Nothing special to do here. Just don't know what the best is for black. b5. b5, just like that. You can go for it. And Ezekiel Guti with c6, stopping bishop takes b7, preparing bishop takes e6, etc., etc., etc. Just as in the king and I. I do have bishop f4, but then he has d5. Or does he? Bishop f4 here. No, my b2 pawn is too weak. Not too much time to think. So it's the Averbach from Steve. A6, C6. C6 is... I think I'm mixing systems here. Let's play E4. I don't play many King's Indian attacks. Mostly English opening. How are you again? Sorry for that challenge. Milan Cry. Sorry for the challenge. What's sorry? I didn't notice. I didn't know what you're talking about, Milan. No need for apologies. I don't have an idea why you would be sorry. Never be sorry. Never say you're sorry. I don't know, man. Did you challenge me at the wrong time? When I was working or something? I don't know. Alright. Let's play rook b8. So here I thought it'd be interesting against Andrea to play knight d4. Maybe this is too provocative, but he likes complications, so we'll give him his way. And then here, I guess a6. This is sort of standard. And the e6 drumstick in the London system / Chigorin. Okay, move 11. I know a little bit about the Queen's Gambit decline. It's hopeless for white to try to get an advantage. I'm aware of that. The only thing I know for black in the Nimzo is the Nimzo, Larson, and Colorado. The Colorado? What's that? Never heard of that. Alright. A4. Sounds familiar, soul to ego, but it must be something really marginal. A4. Interesting move from Lokapit. That's reasonable. Quite a reasonable sort of sideline approach. Here we go with clearing our throat like a grandmaster again. I've got like all sorts of drinks here. Coffee, water, other. Remember before 1 week ago? No, I don't. But don't know. B6 maybe. Snowball with bishop d3. All right, sir. And an h6 Jode. There was another guy who played like this against me. Took me out in a simul game once. The Michael Basman style. You're not the same player, are you? The guy who beat me with h6 in the Owens defense? Is that you? Like multiple accounts? Or that's just like a real idea? Okay, so against Ezekiel now, the problem is maybe I've played Queen A4 in this kind of position before. That's not good. I know what I intended to do here, but now I'm regretting it. Not sure it's good enough. I wanted to play Bishop F4. Queen D3 is also possible, but looks weak. Now B3, Knight E4, Knight takes E4. Bishop takes A1, Bishop G5. I don't know if that's sound, man. I think I have to just play it safe here. Alright. I am not a Fed. You better not be a Fed. Alright. Just kidding. The quiet D3. So, this name I can't pronounce. Looks like Alex, but my Cyrillic is gone 20 years ago. And anyway, it doesn't mean it's logical. D5 looks like a good move there. We're playing a sort of modern defense, basically in reverse. This is a very, very good reaction from black, I think. Periode. Aha. So I don't want to just transpose against Perry to some sort of normal King's Indian if I can help it, but not sure what other options I really have. Knight C6 maybe. This is an unusual order of moves. I think I've done this before in blitz games. Here against Super Sebi, I have to act fast to punish his opening with D4. And Snowball. Developing quickly. Good idea. So I should do the same probably. And Huthaker. I know it's Dutch and I'm pronouncing it completely wrong. Standard, that's like a main line. Huthaker. Can I say it? Like if you just shout it, if it's Dutch and you shout it, it sounds better. B3, just say it in a deep voice. B3, and I guess that goes for all Scandinavian countries. Don't say it timidly. B3, D5. I want to play D5. I sound so sure of myself here. The old Indian was possible. It sure was, man. I don't like the old Indian. It's interesting though. If you play it masterfully, I think it can be quite successful. So assault the ego with the early bishop d6, very subtle move order there. Like he's trying to exploit me. G6. Alright, now knight takes d5. What am I doing here? I don't really play the King's Indian attack, but here I am playing this opening I don't like. Alright. Okay, so against Periode, I think I have to challenge the knight immediately with knight c6 and bishop d7, or bishop d7, knight c6. I think the move order maybe matters that much. This might be more accurate. Move 11. Playing a super solid type of defense. Steek he's turning the Chigorin into the King's Indian. That's an original idea. A million miles away with a move I've played myself. Had played against me myself a lot. A few times anyway. Clash Kid. Alright, so here we're challenging your knight on d4 in this King's Indian-like position. Yeah, Huthaker, I was just looking at this slightly different position. I guess this transposes to some main line, right? If I play... I could play Queen a4 here, actually. Queen a4. Queen takes a4, knight takes a4. Bishop d7. Does that make sense? Queen a4 takes... We'll try it. I know that like c takes d is the main line, probably. C takes d, knight e4. Knight e2. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? C takes d. Fan of Mark Linkous. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Queen a4. He was fantastic. It's kind of a little tribute. Let's play Queen a4 just because it's not a lot of time, and the g5's coming after me now. Well, is g4 really a threat here? Kind of an open question. Do I want to react with h3? Is that really necessary? I don't want to get in time pressure, but I want to make constructive moves, and I don't know. g4, knight e5 actually looks... Probably I would force h5, and then my knight is sort of trapped on e5, semi-trapped. We'll err on the side of caution again. So now, Old Indian, or do we play play solidly here. Bishop e7. It's a bit passive. It's like a Philidor. Like an exchange Philidor. Bip bip. I have to admit I'm not really a believer in the King's Indian attack. Trigger cut. Yeah, this is our little chess way of paying homage to Mark Linkous' music. Castles. This is fine. Knight c3, good move from Andrea. I think maybe I got a little bit excited here, but we can always just retreat. Move 11. This is standard Queen's Gambit material there. Rook c1. Actually, I played Rook c1. That's not my usual move. Kind of regret doing that. Against move 11, I've gone against my own normal procedural operational. I normally don't play Rook c1. Kind of just played automatically there. Usually I played Bishop e2, I guess, Karpov style. Played a lot of games with that against some good players too. I've never lost a game with Bishop e2. I lost to Onishuk once, the real Onishuk, with Rook c1. Game I shouldn't have lost, in fact. Okay, been a while since I played this position against Clash Kid. I'm supposed to sack a pawn here. I don't remember. Not remembering. Bishop d3. Just Bishop e2. We'll just play a3. Keep it simple. This one, I think I have to exchange knights. Play the modern reversed. And now the Super Sebi game. It's probably a good move under the circumstances. Knight e4. One of the better options available to white in this situation, I would think. Pawn takes pawn makes things worse for white, probably. We'll just develop. And Bishop f5. Yeah, Bishop f5 is the standard move, but it may be, I've played this for black, it may be better to do Queen e7. There's some very complicated reasons for that I can't really explain here. So, anyway, we'll go into this old line. Queen d2. Doi Kadera playing the setup like kind of aggressively. A system that's not really designed to be aggressive. I'm with the knight on e2. It's very unusual to do this quick Queen d2, Bishop e3 in combination. Usually that knight stays at home and you like try to blast the h-pawn down the board. That's really against the knight on e7 setups too. So here, I would think I should just think about castling. But alternatively, we could play b5 or even h5, all sorts of stuff. h5 is interesting. Super aggressive, but why not, you know? I mean, this game, I don't know. Queen takes, bishop takes f4 looks kind of weird. Probably have to take with the queen here. I don't have an advantage. I mean, bishop takes d4, d6 that is. Bishop takes d6. Knight d5 bothers me, but then again, I have bishop takes d5. Bishop takes d5. Bishop takes d5, pawn takes d5 there. That looks kind of scary. I think better take with the queen. But I don't think I have anything against Ezekiel. I think I mis-evaluated that a little bit. All right, this one, time to get developed. Andrea. My bishop is stuck inside the pawn chain here. Could play e5. Can't afford to waste any time here. Open position. I got a little bit too frisky, I think. A little bit too frisky. I'm a beginner when it comes to chess. How many moves in advance are these players moving, thinking? No, I don't know that they're thinking that far ahead. I think the average player thinks just like a couple moves ahead. Even more advanced players. There's certain situations where you have to calculate long sequences, but I think in the average situation, that's not really the case. Here I have a little bit of a problem. I better play like safely here. Take, check, take, check. Alright, I don't like this. And queen c7. This looks like something that you read in a book about some weird Basman opening. 92 should be sufficient, I guess. Oh man, Lokap hit with 95. Well, why not just knight f6, huh? Defending the obvious threat. I'm not rushing there. And Dway Kadera with bishop g5. Well, Dway, that's a nice square for your bishop, but it was a tempo. You have moved that piece twice. All right. And this, I think, should be basically like a position that's normal with colors like reversed. So I'm basically playing like black here with an extra move. This Leningrad Dutch, a bit weird. I don't think I really have anything there. Stig with castles. Is knight h5 an idea? Perhaps it is. Alright guys, we're trying not to get into ridiculous time pressure now. Bishop b2, the so-called Tartakover system. Let's just develop a piece here. And he goes back. All right, we're going to the center. Periodi with a good setup. Knight takes d4, rook e8. And the queen takes c5. Oh no, maybe I messed up. I mean, it does look kind of dangerous for black in a way. Man, but my queen on a4. I think we did that in the wrong position. Strange. I was thinking with the rook on c1, he'd be unlikely to play queen takes c5, but it may be the best move. Alright, knight d7. Get developed. This is a kind of strange situation. I mean, I could play knight h7 at some point, queen c8, knight d5, queen c8, rook e1. Bishop h3. But objectively, it's a strange situation. You're going to do like, he's going to have bishop h6 there. I guess I should play b5. Alright guys, we're down to 35 minutes on some of these boards. The reverse Catalan, basically. And Steve played e5 against me. Whoa. That looks a little over the top, Steve. Can you do that? Hyper aggressive. E5. Cool. Yeah, maybe that's actually a move. 98. If I take, it looks passive, a bit passive for black. Take 97, e6, pawn takes. I don't really see white having that much compensation there. Take 97, what's he gonna play, like f4, then I play f6. I guess anything's possible. 98 is a little passive. Actually, 98 does look kind of weak. Alright, Andrea, you're castled. I'm not. Could play something like a6 here with the idea of queenside fianchetto, stopping knight b5 sometimes. And clash kid with d5 now. Central reaction. What should I play? It's like a weird queen's gambit. Bishop e2, take, bishop takes, rook g1. I do have like some attacking chances there. G1. Let's see. Now a3. a5, what's the plan? Like a4? a4, b5, a4, b4, knight b5. I don't think I've ever beaten, no, I did beat Dwayne Cadera once, but he's now 3.5 out of 6 against me. Pretty instructive, impressive score. I meant to say impressive. Just a second, guys, I'll be right back. Quite an interesting game by white. Provocative play. a5, a4, b4, knight b5. Wow, really masterful. Strange system. Bishop e3, queen e2, knight ge2. Not really sure what I'm supposed to do here. Finish my coffee before it's too late. Muller Redfield said, is he playing against himself? Obviously, that would be kind of silly, wouldn't it? Something to do on a desert island, Muller. Yeah, I have played against myself. You have to be very, very bored for that. Here, though, I'm having a little trouble. I think I have an idea. Having a little trouble coming up with a concrete concept for black to continue. Here, queen c8. a la Smyslov. Okay, now bishop e4 check. That's a strange move. That's black's good bishop, and it's a little strange to move it again. Alright, gonna try not to get in too ridiculous time pressure. Saltigo, that's also a bizarre move. I like it when you guys play strange moves that I don't understand. It's usually a good sign. Okay. Not gonna put too much thought into it when you play totally bizarre moves. We're gonna hope for the best here. d4. d4, d3, knight c3. Could try knight c3. Have flexibility there. And a million miles away, played bishop g6 instead of taking on g4. I might have had a tournament game that went like this once, a million miles away, if I'm not mistaken. Against a Slovak guy. Alright, so knight d7. Not really sure what's going on around here. a6. Whatever. a4 is possible. Looks kind of weakening, unnecessary. Castling, knight f1. And the good old d5 might be kind of cool. Maybe it's time for d5 at some point. d5, b5, c4. Sort of a weird situation though, where he's still got like maybe bishop g7 sometimes. This player, Joe Day. I'm having trouble making up my mind here how to handle this. I shouldn't really fear a kingside attack, but at the same time, I need to make up my mind as to what to do. All right. Move 11. Yeah, lets you into this other line that I don't know too well, actually. I should stick with bishop e2, what I really know the best. C takes d. I'm usually playing that position with the rook on a different square later on. This game, this Ezekiel game, Ezekiel has gotten away with something here. I don't like my game. Don't like my position in this one. Maybe b3. Is it possible to do b3? It looks dangerous on the surface, but it might be a good move. Wow, internet chess just takes on e4 there. That looks like a strange decision. And Super Sebi weakening his structure with d3. That looks like good for me as well. Check. Check bishop d2, take on e3, take on b4. It develops quickly. On the other hand, I could just play something like bishop e7. Kind of like my game. So rook b1 from Dwaykader. This is standard. Standard oil. Defending his b2 pawn like a psychic. And it's just in time for everything he needs to do. But he's allowing me bishop h3, I guess. Allowing me like it's some big favor. I don't know. Stick with knight e4. Very, very strange opening here. Knight takes e4, d takes e4, knight e2, f5, and like black has a good game. It's kind of bizarre. I'll just retreat unprovoked. And Andrea with queen a4 check, which looks like it loses a piece, but it doesn't in reality because of bishop takes b5 check. But I don't see anything wrong with bishop d7. And now here, so black is thinking, what if I just castle now? Take the pawn next move. Plays knight d5. Move my bishop. Takes on c3, b takes c3. That's one option. I can just castle or take on c4, sacrifice the pawn for a lot of development. Rook g1. Move the bishop. Bishop h6. Knight e8, bishop f3. Some compensation, but probably safer to just castle. Okay, Lokapit. Speaking of just castling. And now Snowball with e5. Oh boy, that's a scary looking thing. He's letting me take on g2. He takes an f6, I take an f1, he takes with the bishop. Defending mate. I take an f6, he plays bishop g2, move my queen, takes on a8. Or I can just make a normal move here, which is probably the right thing to do. And b4. Whoa. Not what I expected, but it's cool. Alright, time is a-wasting. And rook e1. Interesting move, rook e1. I don't have too many weaknesses, but on the other hand, I'm really sure what I'm supposed to do around here. Queen e7, a million miles away. This is probably following a guy I played a aforementioned game with. H4, H6, H5. Yes. H4, H6, H5. Looks like I have to. I mean, what else am I going to do here? Just lifted my rook up. Maybe I had queen b3 against million miles away. No, he just plays c6 there. All right. So I like my positions on most boards. This queen c7 looks a little odd. We need to develop our pieces. Against Dway Cadera. H4. Is possible, but seems a bit strange. Does his bishop get trapped like on h4? Kind of almost looks like it gets trapped. He's threatening to take on c5, take on a6 here. So I need to guard against that. And now black's threatening e5 here. Well, not really. Houthiker. It's a pretty solid 19-2000 player. What did I do to myself here? What did I do to myself? Trying to trade queens is thematic, I guess. d6, move your knight, then d5. Should I just go d5 right away? The problem is d6, knight g4. He can't do that. Okay. D6, knight f3, d5, pawn takes pawn. Let's do it. Alright, Dwayne Cadera with f4. With your king on g2, f4 looks kind of risque, doesn't it? Wow. Seriously bizarre situation. Super bizarre. No fear. Just open the old king up. Wow. That's pretty extreme, man. Now I can do knight h7. I think I should. b5 from Clash Kid. The ultra subtle b5. This looks like a typical whatever it is. That's a good description, right? You guys love that. Not really played these kind of positions before. Because g6 is worth considering for black, I would think. Before it's too late. And bishop g4 from Steve. Bishop g4. Say what? That looks too creative. Bishop takes e5. Knight f3. Are you... I don't believe this. Knight takes e5 is one thing. Like queen takes, rook takes, bishop takes e7, rook e8, bishop takes. Knight takes e5 actually looks pretty good too. Maybe simpler. And this is standard. Pretty standard. As we get into time pressure, we're down to like 21 minutes. It starts to get a little bit problematic with the time. So, maybe I'm weakening my queen side there. This guy seems pretty good, actually. I don't really like bishop b4, but in general, he's played quite okay. Queen a4, take, take. What about your pawn? Maybe bishop g5 is interesting. Alright, Dwayne Cadera, that is a bizarre bishop you've got there on h4. My knight is pretty strange too, admittedly. As we get a little bit low on time, that looks so strange, that piece there. Asking for trouble. How to exploit it though? Bishop h6, changing diagonals. Pretty extreme, but interesting plan. Only live once. a6, weakening his queen side, stopping knight b5. e4 here. Nagiras. Probably not right in this position. Come on. Come on. Alright, we'll just develop. Dark squares, Mr. Queenie one. I understand what you're saying. Understand. And the what h3 has been played. This gets weirder and weirder. Maybe I should castle while I can. Probably not a bad idea. Alright, this is a strange game, b5. It's like a double Grob and St. George at the same time. And he checks anywhere. And the h5, right? Queen e3, Dwayne playing so fast, man. How does he find these moves so fast? He moves like instantly. Putting pressure on my c5 pawn. It's not nice. Not a nice. Knight d4 will drop something. If I play like f6 here. White squares are pretty horrible. Yeah, I mean f6 isn't going to threaten anything. The knight takes f7 sacrifice. Yo. Alright. That makes sense. Bibip. Did I play this guy before? 4 times. Not in love with my position here. Hate the King's Indian attack. Don't know why I played it. To be perfectly honest, I don't know why I would do something like that. Alright. So guys, as we get to less time, I'm going to probably comment very little. Here we could take with a pawn even. I think that goes against the principle here. Wow, bishop d5. It's a bizarre move. Knight takes d5, knight takes d5, but he has a point. He has a point with that. Maybe taking isn't so great for me. I could do the same thing, like bishop e5 myself. Even knight f4 looks crazy. Knight takes, knight takes. Too much time use. Bishop e5, knight takes d5, knight takes d5, rook c1. Yeah, like which way is he taking there? He's great control of d5, c3. It's not so clear actually. Speaking of knight to d5. I'm not quite sure what's going on around here. I see. So knight takes b5. a4. White has some dark square weaknesses. I don't think I like a4 too much for him. Dwayne offers a draw. I mean, this game, I honestly felt I might be worse. I was a little bit worried about this one. He's got a lot of time, so I'll accept a draw. I'm not going out of my way to draw games, but I honestly was concerned I might have some problems there. So draw is fair for me, man. I'm getting in some time pressure now. So thank you for the game, Dway Cadera, and I do accept your draw offer. This game would not accept draw. Then a4, it's the trendy move, apparently. I like my game here. Against Dway Cadera, it was pretty weird, but this position looks very convincing now for black. Black is just in charge here. Nothing fancy, but I like my game. And then knight e5 was played, and I think we can probably... I was hoping we could surround that pawn, but I guess it's not so easy. Take, queen c7, queen d5, bishop f5. He's got some crazy stuff there. So life isn't so easy for me here. Internet chess. The clock ticks down. I still feel like I should be better. Bishop h7, I'm surprised. I really thought he was going to take on g5. What did I expect there, honestly? Take on g5? Actually, no. What did I expect? I don't know. I forget. But here, looks like we're all right. Thought we had up to screwed, but actually looks like we have good control of the center. Against Stig's weakening his queen side now, sacking a pawn for nothing. Can't be for nothing, can it? Well, I've got all sorts of good moves. Takes on e4, takes on d5, takes on d5, takes... Yeah, this is simple. So Stig made a blunder. This is a weird game. I rarely see d5 in such positions. Wow, that's a creative solution. This could get a little messed up, to say the least. I guess I should have played e6. Instead of knight d7, did I take too many liberties with my position here? I might have taken too many liberties, but I guess I could just take on f3 and play... Guess not. Taking on d5. Ooh, man, I don't know about this. Taking on d5. Running out of time. Running out of time. Keymarp. I don't know, this is going to get really strange. Alright, and then this one I thought I was okay, but I maybe misevaluated this. We shall see. And this one, closing the position, makes a lot of sense. Super Sebi, I think I should have taken with a G pawn or something. Still would, maybe I should have taken on E3 actually. Whatever. Bishop's not placed well there. Getting out. Move 11 looks like he's got a standard kind of position. And then bishop c6 here. Looks like I've been hornswoggled. Hornswogglers. Anonymous. A4. This is just weird. Okay, my knight is hanging. It's gotta go. Knight is hanging, but try to make life difficult. And the c4. Okay, now I don't have to take. I could play bishop c6. There's too much space there. Now I was thinking Bishop e6. Erroneous or not? We got a good game in the Bird or St. George Grob there. I think most of our positions are good. This one I'm not really sold on. I think we have some technical problems, which hopefully we can manage to solve. Probably not. Okay, well, worst case scenario, drop a pawn or something. Trying to keep it simple. Soul to ego taking a lot of time. Seems like white should be better. Now e4. I don't know. Is this really good? Not really sold on this. Not really sold on this. This position seems a bit scary for me. Is that really the answer? Probably not. All right, so retreat from Steve. And we are up a pawn. Knight d3 check. Seems to waste time. Let's just develop. Should be okay here. Prophylactic move, a3. Yeah, I honestly don't know, how much advantage I have here. This King's Indian attack, the King's Indian attack looks like starting to look like a Roy Lopez Spanish game, where black's pretty active. As I get into time pressure around the globe here, this game, there are some tricks for black. G-force hanging, that's not a real big issue. He takes e4. All right. Move 11 with a super compact rook c8. And then, as we get into time pressure, hopefully people will start to play too quickly and make some kind of blunders. Don't play into the other guy's time pressure, guys. Big mistake. All right, maybe a4. Knight takes f4. Not a lot of choices for me there. Yes. We could play queen e4. Ezekiel is causing some problems, which was anticipated here. This guy is 1700, pretty solid. Got no advantage with white, even though he wasted basically a whole tempo, unable to get anything going. This position is super weird, as I said earlier. And now c4, and hopefully make something happen here. The magic starts to happen. Bip bip with knight a5. No, no, no. That's not nice. Hopefully he's not going anywhere. And now we just simply take, win a pawn, pressure. Now e5, we have to remain calm. Do not remain calm and do not get off the ride before coming to a complete stop. And move 11, going for piece exchanges. I can understand where you're coming from. It's like a pretty standard position actually against move 11. This is not good. Not good. We're dropping a pawn on this one. We've also fallen a little behind in development. Expect to lose a couple games here, guys. So a6 finally, the d4 pawn is not real healthy at the moment. We are losing something. Some sort of material is dropping. And this is the chess twilight zone, which is typical for this opening actually. Bishop is buried, we've got to get it out. But I do have e6 now, or even e5. Then he has knight f5, e6. Yeah, I thought Andrea would see it his way. Oh, your rook is on a3. He could get in the game there. Knight c4a, said the Canadian. I am a little bit in time pressure here, so would appreciate guys would donate some points. All right, now we've got the advantage on the queen side in this typical situation. It's like just a very standard spot here. Rook d2. We need some counterplay quickly. And there goes the center. Seems like it should fall apart for black. Yeah, open face and ad free. Gotta love it. open face roast beef sandwich. Yeah. Let's try to do something. B1. File anyone? Actually, that move could be kind of controversial. Alright. Knight c6. I did see that. The old trick doesn't really work here. I've played this opening for black. It's kind of complicated. So I'm thinking about a couple moves here, but we could just do the Larry Kaufman. E3. Not afraid. No fear. Keep that French structure intact. Rook. And Clash Kid might be giving me some problems. Okay, there goes the pawn structure. That's alright, I've seen worse. Now this looks like a nice simple position to get against Andrea, who loves complications. Rook FD1 maybe? Kind of hard to say which rook I should move. Another knight. Yeah, but I've got to watch out for bishop takes e7. I maybe no time to continue to be fancy here. Just consolidate my extra pawn. Whatever. All right. So keep it simple when in doubt. Bishop takes f3. That move, he has just e6, of course. Life is not that easy, is it? This is going to get complicated. We are up a clear pawn here. I like my game. Looks really good. Dropping e7. That's the problem. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I guess we should keep one of these pawns, not lose everything. And queen takes d4. So, right. And you're on my other pawn. My other brother, Daryl. This is my brother, Daryl. My other brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl. Clash Kid has taken me out. What am I going to do? It feels like there should be something for me here. Maybe I do have something. I can't. Yeah, G3, wonderful. Just dropping everything. Bishop d7. That's not the greatest square for the B. Don't have too much time. Wonder about this. The lurking queen. Oh, you have that. Your knight is driving me crazy on a5, man. On the other hand, it should really go before it does any damage, I guess. b3. Oh, you're just, yeah, 2-for-1 sale, right? Okay. Well, that was good. I highlighted the whole board. Okay. You guys don't all have to play blitz because I'm playing fast. What a subtle tactic we have there. Snowball. He's just all about the tricky tactics. We have this move maybe? Not really. Not really good, is it? Alright, let's not panic here. Try not to panic. We'll try not to panic. F4. Nah. It's not the stupidest move in the world. Alright, this is really bad for black. It should be really bad for black. Queen c1. Again, like trying to keep things simple is a very good policy when you have less time than the other guy, as is the case here with me. Many of these games. Alright, lost a pawn there. That was to be expected. Now we just pray for mercy here. We could just trade pieces. I think that's probably a sensible decision, since we're up a piece. And then he defended against this tricky threat of mine. We do have b4 though. Rook c1 as well. This looks like it's turning against black. The tide is turning. Oh, I have to be a bit careful about this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where's my knight gonna go if I'm running away too soon? Why don't I just take on e5? It's ridiculous. Okay. And then queen h3. Yes. I could play rook h8, but that looks sort of crazy. Dark squares, anyone? Alright, rook d8, this is what I saw, but how does that work? Knight takes c4. Bishop takes f3, knight takes c4. Thought I had this. Maybe I missed something. But here, 2b is keeping me alive. Maybe not. I don't know, we'll see. This looks crazy. What is going on here? Alright. f4. That's nice and weakening. Unnecessary. Just castle. Okay. Wow. Some danger lurking here. How can I solve this problem? just go back? It's a sensible move, no? Just go back. Queen d7. All right. Now here I thought I was just breaking through. Life is not so easy. Our knight is hanging in some key positions here. Alright, whatever. So, wow, bishop d4. This is looking fun. Very awkward. Very awkward situation there. This is a bit awkward too, but we should probably be okay. Move 11 was doing good, but I don't like this move. He was doing good until that. Keep it simple. Bishop b3. Bishop f7. Queen a1. Oh, that's not a good square. And the e4. So here I thought I had a tactic. Knight takes e4. But I guess it's a trick. It's too deep for me. Well, it's not clear. All right. Our only problem is primarily time. Bishop b7, double rooks. Yeah, but your guy is hanging on h7. Okay, this is going to get a little complicated, I realize. Rook d3. Making the most out of a good rook. Oh no. Bishop h6, quite a move. Queen b6. Uh-oh. I don't really want you to fix my... Well. Alright. Not a lot of time to avoid exchanges here. The Twilight Zone continues. Yes. Maybe bishop h3. Not trapping my queen, sir. I think here we're just winning. Maybe not. Queen c8. All right. It's actually pretty solid in this one. Not a Fed. He's played like a Fed. He's playing a lot like a Fed, actually. That was a knight there on d2. All right. So we take back with the other knight. You guys are playing too fast. You have a lot of time. You should use it, not just blitz because you can. Because you feel like I'm playing fast. Not a good policy in general. There's a tendency for people to play fast because the other is playing fast, but I don't think that's the situation here. Maybe I should play a5, grab a little space. Speaking of a5, attacking my pawn, man, it's not nice. Oh no, queen takes c7. Let's try that. Yes, that's a check. It's good. You guys just play as fast as you want, you know, whatever makes you happy. Queen f3. What is going on after that? Queen e5. Where is he going? I do not know where he's going. But I don't like him on e5, really. Check queen d6. I'm not sure if I should check in that game or not, but I did. I think we're slightly better here. And then this position, we're getting on the 7th. But our rook is cut off from play. Just not sure about that. Plus I could improve the position first. Need a square for the bishop. Okay, maybe we just improve first. Where are you going? Knight d8. After my pawn. It's a good move. What to do? Try to hold on to the pawn. And king. No king. No king here. Are you joking? No king. All right, yes. Rook on the 7th. Is that gonna help me? So Super Sebi allowing this en passant capture? Seriously? Alright. The Monster Knight. Oh no. With no bishop. Monster Knight with no bishop. Alright, we need to reorganize now. Reorganize. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that. Keep collecting. You went to King F1. That is maniacal. Very, very strange move. Okay. And the knight f6 to knight d5, yes. Okay, so here I wasn't sure what was going on. This is pretty amazing stuff. I thought maybe I have knight g5. I didn't really understand what white has exactly there. Perhaps he's seen further. Rook e7. Queen e7. Dr. Tension here. All right. We can't do this forever. Could play h4 though. h4. Is that worth throwing in there? Okay, defended that guy. And bishop takes bishop h3. Am I going to get mated? Bishop f1. Bishop f1. Alright. Bishop c3. It's always a bishop move. I hope I made the right move there, or I just didn't move at all. Not really sure what happened. Alright, next one on a list. We're slightly better here, but it's not a lot to work with. Not much of anything, in fact. Not sure what to do. Everybody's playing blitz, guys. You just don't understand, do you? Alright, whatever. They won't listen no matter what you say. Bang. Combo. We're not busting a lot of combos lately on people. Not really sure what's going on around here. Maybe I'll just play like g3 or something. Queen there. Oh wow. Okay, that's original. Subtle as well. Original and subtle. Alright, even Salty Ego's playing blitz. It's only 8:20. Beep beep, really? Alright, knight c4. Sometimes I play better, sometimes I play worse when I'm in time pressure. It just depends if you're lucky. If you're getting lucky that day or not. Rook b8 was a really bizarre move by me. All right. God, this guy is toast. Bishop f3. Subtle. c4. Don't like that bishop. That's pretty nasty. Let's see. King h8 recommended here. Not really recommended, man. All right, now this is a weird game, huh? We're still good. I feel like Vlad. And Blockadovich. What are we doing? Yes, the land of King d1 is worth considering, actually. Into the center of the universe. Probably not. Just let's not and say we did. Alright, this one, Steve seems like he's hoping for a time win. Shouldn't give up the initiative here. I don't know. Win the queen. Rook f2. Okay, so this game is going to get a little tedious, it looks like. Bishop g5. Speaking of tedious. Alright, let's make it real tedious. No, that'll drop a pawn. Okay. Not really sure what to do here. I'm just getting really low on time. We got to gain some time back. Bishop takes d4. How does that work? Okay. What? Oh, that. Right. Bishop h5. I am not fed. Maybe. I'm just not going to take too much time on my moves. What is that? I'm not believing this. Kalash kid. Kalash. The Kalash kid. Well, yeah, we've got a little bit of discombobulating to do here, I guess. Is that what I'm trying to say? Discombobulating. Knight d3. What's wrong with that, actually? Nothing. It's the best move. a4. Not sure. I get a bishop with check. Always welcome. Blockade. see, this is gonna be tricky. You guys, you know what? The time play, it's like kind of lame when you've got a lot of time on the clock in games like this to do that. All right. You know, like this team time game, I can increase the time for myself, you know. The point is that you're playing a good game. I mean, it's very disappointing to see guys doing that with like 25 minutes moving instantly. That's pretty lame, actually. I have a bad feeling about this, although there's one technical question, I guess. Now c5. Now what's going on here objectively? I have e5, double. Actually, I have a rook check on the first. Snowball, like, man, you've got 30 minutes. What are you doing? Bishop a3, trading my bad bishop off. That's not the right move. All right. Got to free my queen. F5. That looks good. Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? Maybe it's best to stay in the center. The centrum. What? This is what I'm talking about. That's kind of a stupid move, isn't it? To play rook d7 there, maybe not the best. Why don't they just trade queens? They can't help themselves. Here I can see how Jode might take me out. Probably not the first time. This guy is scary. They just move instantly. It's sort of disgusting. It's like if you have a bad position, I understand. But if you don't have a bad position, like, why don't you take your time and try to, like, play a good game? All right, so here, wow. All right. Whoa. I have b5 now. Maybe I'm holding on in that other game. This may be a draw. b7. takes d4. This guy's scaring the life out of me. Threatening bad things. What did I think I was going to play here? I'm not really sure. The blockade. Queen g5. This is just too bizarre, man. Seriously. But I really didn't appreciate the guys sort of just blitzing. It's so strange. Like, you got a lot of time you're blitzing, man. It's kind of... What's the point of this? You could play a bullet simul if you want. Blitz into a lost position. Wow, knight f6 there. The ultra combination. Rook c3. Okay. Rook takes. It's complicated. Bishop d4. Bishop takes check. All right. Oh no. Has some threats or something. This guy's scaring the living daylights out of me. What is this guy's deal? Oh, the bishop f6, of course. What a game by Periode. Nice game. Amazing. Ezekiel here. I think I have a problem. Very problematic technical position where I'm probably lost. Oh, there's a check. So Periode had me all the way there with that very deep combination. Not surprised by that. He's a very strong player. I don't know what his rating is, but it has to be way up in the 2100s at least. All right. Okay, this player is not giving up. I can understand that. Salty Ego. And here we're trading down this ending. I don't know if that's enough or not for me to win. 4 against 2 on the same side should be a win, probably. Ezekiel. Oh no. 3 against 3 on the same side, bishop against rook. That's probably lost. Alright. So, ooh, pawn's on the wrong color. Is that position too closed to win? The $1,000,000 question. Rook check, bishop f1. Nice move. Okay, here he didn't even take his pawn. Can I just like trap my rook forever? Possible. Knight takes. That's game. Parody with the beautiful game, really. I asked for it. Alright guys, we're down to 7 games. We lost 1 so far. We're in trouble against Ezekiel. The other games look good. So we'll just switch files here, maybe. Such a massive space advantage against Salty Ego there. I mean, that's practically gotta be winning for me. Here, I don't know why I feel like I'm a pawn down, but material's equal. A million miles away with a really crazy game. I haven't even counted the material lately, but it seems like I'm up something. We freed our queen, which was the important thing there. Here we're just converting a very, very good position. Alright, I gotta get my rook out, man. It's this could be technically difficult, you know, but I am up 2 pawns. Check. I can just take here. Alright. Super Sebi is out of it. He's lost completely. And then it looks like we've got a fantastic game here against Salty Ego. With he just has no space. In this position, I thought I had something. Maybe not. We should trade rooks. I don't know. Probably not. That's probably like a good way to like lose here. Maybe it's best to just keep this solid. Clash Kid. Alright, I gotta get out of here. And then this game, this totally bizarre situation. Really don't know what's going on. Feels like I'm down material, but I'm not. And then suddenly Salty comes up with this really unforeseen move. Knight f5. Okay, that's annoying. What does it do? I don't know if it does anything, but it's really annoying. This guy is trying to avoid a trade of queens, but the jig is up. The jig is up. With that, he's going to lose his knight eventually, too. Alright. And now your king is actually as or more open than mine here. But he's very, very tricky, the snowball. Should be 5. Are you going to, like, trap my guy there? Yeah. I think I was having hallucinations. I can play bishop c4 in this position. Knight h4, yes. And I've got a problem. pretty much. Slight problem here. Alright, this is looking really good for black. Just f6. Move the king. Ultra technical situation. f3 and g4. Maybe h4 first. This could be quite difficult. h3 and g4. Alright, c4, getting some, that's it. White square control and outposts. Traded queens, though. He's getting away. That's that. Yeah, I thought you'd do that. Just take, knight takes. And now what? King b3 was my idea. Oh my goodness. What's going on here, truly? Knight takes f3, queen takes f3. Salty ego coming back. Here I have an outside pawn. Take, h4. Or knight check. Knights and outside pawns not really notoriously good together. And that's a good move. Still, I'm up a whole piece here. Should be over. Alright, so I have g4. King b3. Knight c6, knight takes a4, knight takes d4 check. King d5, knight c6. It's kind of cool. I don't know if this is enough against move 11. Snowball with a random move that's hard to see. Alright, we're going to get as active as we can. Of the h5. Alright, man. This game is silly. What? Alright. Man. What are you doing, man? Catch you napping here? Alright. Right, so I take this guy first. Check. And then h-file. And now we've got an outpost for our knight for whatever that's worth. I don't know if it's worth much, but king c3. The king cannot get in. King d5, then knight back. Oh. That's a very interesting rook ending now. Snowball. Snowball. It's 25 minutes. Oh my gosh. Not a good idea there. A7. Okay. Unfortunately, we are getting a little low on time everywhere. This position looks very problematic. Look-up hit has really put up some resistance in this game. I didn't expect that much resistance. I don't know why. What, are you kidding me? What? Now I'm like losing to this guy? This is crazy. Oh my god. What a game. My mouse started to act very weird. Rook d2. Well, that was just a mouse slip. We're gonna lose. I haven't lost on a mouse slip in a long time. Look at this move he came up with. Clash Kid. Wow, I did that. Damn. Just blundered a winning position there. I mouse slipped on the other board. Good. Good. This guy doesn't resign. Now, a couple games. Unfortunate results there. Yeah, obviously that was a mouse slip. Congratulations, Snowball. Game to be proud of, I guess. That was bad. I don't remember the last time I mouse slipped in a simul game. It's really unbelievable. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often. But he's just constantly playing for time. It's very irritating. I wish that we could get a little more out of it than just simply playing for time. You just can't stop these bullet players from playing for time. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Yeah, f4. I don't know how to win this. Should be a way to at least try. So he doesn't take the pawn on b5 there. It's interesting. He's not interested in taking the pawn. That's pretty strange. All right. g4. Ah. This move. Well, I'm not too worried about that. A million miles away, man. I wish he would just resign here. This is kind of absurd. Alright. I just dropped my h7 against the machine here. This game was ridiculous. Okay. No way in a million years I should ever lose that position, but time pressure finally got to me. Clash Kid with a really nice draw there. It was totally winning position to the last couple moves. But earlier he had a pretty good game, admittedly. This game was a disgrace too. So stupid the way I'm losing these positions. Mouse slip. Okay, dude, this should really be resigned. You're down 2 pieces. Don't play on when you're down 2 pieces. Just lost. This is kind of a confusing ending. I guess we should just trade. Oh, I have pawn takes c3. That doesn't work. b3. Doesn't matter. This is good. So some silly results here. Unfortunately, now this game Ezekiel played fantastically. Very, very good game by Black in this one. Looks like ideally played. Huthaker. Slower the time control, the higher his rating. Maybe an older player. But objectively here, this really should be a draw. It's getting kind of difficult though with very little time. I'm like dominated all over the place. He's starting to win a knight. Got to play actively, and this player actually had a winning position, I think, but now it's probably a draw again. Finally, a blunder here. Trading down to this ending where actually I have to clearly better winning. No, well, maybe not winning. It's close. It's very close to winning. It's probably winning for Black, this position. Alright, so rook takes h1. And now we've got knight d7. Some activity. We're down the material there. It's not a game, it's a simultaneous exhibition where we're trying to play instructive games. It's not about prizes or anything like that. You're missing the point. If you think playing for time with like 30 minutes on the clock is normal, then you are missing out on life. You know, the point of life is more than just winning an unrated simul game on time. The point is to like get something out of the games and benefit from it. You know, if you just try to win on time and not learn anything from the game against a stronger player, you're missing the greater point, you know. And our friendly troll there doesn't quite understand. Okay, rook takes h1. If you have a lost position or something, I completely understand playing for time. But if you have a good position and you're just like making instant moves, you're missing the point. This position is winning for me. It looks like just about winning. Dark square weaknesses, very grave. And now here, I'm lucky to be alive because I think I was lost in one moment. But now it's probably a draw. Computer, I've had a lot of games with like computer engines, this kind of position. They think they're winning, but if you go over the horizon, they see that it's a draw. Not too much left in the chat after Mubot have been there. Well, if you've ever seen one of my normal streams, that's not really the case. Now f4. Only trolls are putting in things that are getting quashed by Mubot. Normally we never have anything like that. You're putting in like troll comments like all caps or spamming. We got 106 viewers. Thanks, guys, for watching. But I'm not trying to cry because I'm losing on time. I'm just trying to emphasize the point that it's really sad when you have a chance to play a strong player and instead of trying to make the best moves, you're just trying to like win a meaningless time victory. Why don't you try to play a good game? You know, isn't that the point? This is not a tournament. This is not a tournament. There's no prizes at the end of the tournament. I mean, this is a game. It's like a training game to benefit you and me, and learn something, you know. So some people just don't understand. Knight takes b6. Other players just can't slow down. We're dropping frames. Hopefully we're not losing the stream here. But I'm a little bit concerned. At the moment, we are dropping some frames. We've got 4 games left. It's 9 o'clock. Thank you, sir. I don't know how to pronounce. We're going to call you Alex because otherwise it's too difficult for me. Even with a few semesters of Russian, I am still lost. All right, it's a draw. Thank you. It should have been a draw earlier, but then I fouled it up completely. Now this ending is a draw too. I was close to losing this, but now it's almost certainly a draw. I was in trouble there for a moment. I might have been lost. It was really close. So we're down to Ezekiel's game. I'm not a fed in this. This looks like a definite draw. But as I said, I was really on the edge in this game. This is a win. I think I am not a fed might have had a move there. Not to lose material. Bishop e2, believe it or not. You have that bishop e2, bishop takes g4, knight takes d4. Might not lose material. I cannot pick up my bishop. This is the strangest thing ever because I put the position on the wrong position. Okay. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I also have a YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. And we also, like, sometimes we'll review games from the simuls that I play. So maybe next week or the following week, we'll see. I will do another, like, simul review where I go over several games from the simul posted up on the YouTube channel. I also have a Blitz and classical stream I do Monday to Friday. You can see here, or also watch on my YouTube channel. Basically playing 5 to 8 minutes games with increment. It's also training. It's not really, you know. I mean, the focus is on training and improving. And there's a lot of regulars who play 10, 11 games, and usually they take about 15, 20 minutes per game. It's a really good time that's not too much, but instructive, and gives us a chance to play some quality chess, relatively quality chess, and commentate while we're playing. I am not a fed. It looks bad, but I mean, I don't think we should necessarily resign just yet. I think the writing is on the wall here, though. 2 bishops and a pawn up. Unless he can miraculously win a pawn back or trade the white squared bishops, he's probably going to lose. The dark squares are very weak. Now this one is interesting. It looks like he's got some nasty tricks here. I can just take and take on g6. That's going to be close. It looks like I should draw, though. Take on g6. If I check first, he's got king d5. Don't really want that knight coming in. Take and take on g6. His king is in a good position, but he's in danger of losing another pawn there. It's going to be really close. Other option though, rook e8 check. Maybe it's not a bad move. Cut him off. I don't know if it's enough. I'm really not sure about this. Knight of Fate, clear draw. My last move, king f8, looks sort of silly now. Did not make progress there. That's alright, we'll find a way. So I don't know about this. Maybe it's a draw. Maybe I'm in trouble. It's really pretty close. Now this is going to be a draw in a couple moves. Now I've got to bail out. Obviously this is only move. And I don't really want to trade bishops in this position. Probably winning if I do trade bishops, but it's certainly not a guarantee. Just playing out the last moves here. It's just a standard bot, man. I mean, a lot of YouTubers use it. The bot is, it's a good bot. It's a friendly bot, man. It's a nice bot. All right, take that last pawn quickly while you have the chance, Hutaker. And we'll write it up on the scorecard. Here we go. Well, it looks like I'm gonna save this game. I don't feel like I saved it though. I feel like Ezekiel kind of helped me to save it. He was definitely winning, but he took his time. You know, he didn't try to blitz me like some people. It wasn't easy, but I think he was winning. Now he's got a trick. He's got a trick, and I'm a little bit concerned about it. It's gonna get kind of sharp now. I missed this. I don't know what I could have done differently. King e1, rook c2. I mean, what else am I gonna play here? h4? Maybe. h4 for him. This is gonna get a little scary. Check. We do have two h-pawns. They're worth something. I think I need to stay on his pawns. Get my h-pawns moving. He offers me a draw. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, you can play on here. That's sort of perverse that it's even allowed to like play on there, but I guess it has to be allowed. Now white's really tied up after bishop g4. Oh no, it's like permanent tie up. h5. His king is cut off from the pawn. You can't get out of the pin. Guys, we're gonna finish on time today. Last week was like insanely long. No, I am not a Fedis in basically Zugzwang. I didn't really lose the games I felt like I should have lost, except for, who was it? Oh, Periode beat me convincingly when I allowed him to own the d5 square. Yeah, fundamental mistake. He played a very, very nice combinational and strategic game against me. That would be the highlight reel game. And now for our next trick. How do we actually finish him off here? How do we finish him off? We like bring the king over to the queen side, I guess. We like infiltrate via b4 and c3, and then it's finally lights out. Paralysis would be a better way to say it. It was a bad opening against Ezekiel. I made a very, very bad decision to let him trade his backward d-pawn for my pawn on c4. Early on, it was critical that I didn't let that happen. It was not the right combination. It was not right combination, Periode. You made a mistake. I was not aware of that. Alright, I guess while king is in a good place, we'll just find a way to draw this somehow. Easier said than done. While keeping an eye on the feds here. Future Chess GM, good to see you, man. You should play in this. I haven't seen you in a while. Now he's going for mate. Okay, okay. Now I check. So the strategy, I guess, is to perpetually attack his two pawns. Oh, what? Alright, well, it was a mouse slip. I mean, obviously I saw I was getting threatened with mate in 1. I mean, it was supposed to be rook e6, but I moved the rook to the wrong square. So this looks like a draw. Rook e6. Another epic ending. Thought I checked him, but the rook dropped on d6. It's the simul of mouse slips today. Yes, I was aware you were threatening mate in 1, Ezekiel, but got it in. Good job, man. Yeah, no, I don't really like how many mouse slips I made in the last week or so. More, I think, a record number, but mostly like castle-based mouse slips, because you touch the rook, you let go of it, and then you think for a minute, and then you make a move with your king. It automatically castles if it's legal, which is really bad. That has to be changed. If there's any delay between touching your rook and touching your king, the setting for like automatically castling you should definitely be changed. Yeah, that was a draw, I believe, that I just got mated in 1. But it wasn't that I overlooked mate, believe it or not. I just really thought I played rook to e6 check. But apparently not, according to reality. I actually played king d6, rook d6. King rook, whatever. Anyway, well, I guess he deserved it. You know, he played a really good game, and he had me on the ropes. So I'm not gonna cry about it. Move 11, good game today. What happened in that game? Did you just resign? I don't understand. What happened in the move 11 game? he just resigned in a drawn position or something, and he blundered. Because I didn't think I was winning that, but suddenly it was over. Or did I offer you a draw? We'll see. I forget. It's hard to keep track, but a couple tragic mouse slips. One game I lost convincingly, and some other games where I was kind of lucky not to lose. And we're down to our last one. This one is kind of anticlimactic, though. He sacrificed. He sacrificed, but it's beyond hope here. One last try. Maybe the pawn can squeak through with c5. If I forget, the way I'm going with the mouse slips, I'll probably mouse slip the capture. Newberger. Drevland said, yeah, you even said I move rook and check him now, of course. Of course. But this is very sensitive, the browser-based board. You've got to be very precise. On other chess sites, server-based chess sites I've played on before, I mean, it's usually a little different. Every site is a little bit different, but the lichess, it's very, very, the squares are kind of small, and it's pretty easy to make a mouse slip. A little too easy to make mouse slips here. B takes C. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. Was a threefold wrap, move 11. Oh, thanks. I didn't realize. It was an accident. I was gonna try a little bit more, but I think I can't break through there. I'm pretty sure. I imagine there's some study-like possibilities, but once you trade the rooks, it's actually pretty hard. Maybe it's a draw. You can go wrong in various ways, but overall, good game, man. Thanks for the game, everybody. We're going to wrap it up with this last one. Do you want me to resign? I just want you to be happy with your game. Just resign when you think you should resign. I mean, I'm not going to complain. It's pretty early. Last week we were playing another 40 minutes. So you're not keeping me up at night by not resigning this one. It's kind of fun for me to be up a bishop and 2 pawns. It's a little harder when I'm playing like 5 boards and people aren't resigning up 2 pieces. That kind of irritates me. But now that it's just you, we can kind of gloat in the glory of victory here. 2 brutal mouse slips, a couple games. I think one other game I lost and got lucky in a couple to survive that I probably was in big trouble in. But we probably had a few guys who disconnected early. It just felt like there was a game or 2 missing to me. We play 20 boards, sometimes 25, but I kind of felt like 1 or 2 people sort of disappeared. Usually that happens a lot. We lose a couple boards right in the beginning. I'm not a Fed. I don't mind if you resign. I mean, I don't mind if you play it out, but don't just sit there for 3 minutes and not move. It's up to you. If you're going to play it out, play it out. But if you're going to resign now. So it's cool. DST. How's my simul going? Simul's finished. This is the last game. We had DST. We had several bad mouse slips, but you're a bullet player. I mean, what do you think about this whole, when you touch the rook, put it back, and then, well, you don't really have this happen because your games are too fast, but in the longer games, you'll touch your rook, put it back, think about it, and then a minute later make a move with your king, but then you're automatically forced to castle. I think that needs to be reprogrammed. I mean, that's just not necessary. The site automatically makes you castle. It didn't happen now in my simul, but it has happened a couple times in my blitz stream recently. I just feel like it's very, very easy to make mouse slips on lichess, and maybe something could be done to make it a little less easy to make mouse slips. So anyway, I'm sort of mouse incompetent. 12 wins, 5 draws, 3 losses, and it did feel like a game or 2 was missing. Ezekiel got the mouse slip victory, though he had me under pressure. Periotti had the best win. Snowball got a mouse slip victory in a position where it was basically equal. And then the other games were tough. So we got kind of lucky against Huthiker, was close to winning. Who else? Joe Day, not really. He resigned there. So I think, actually, we didn't have anybody like quit real early. All the games got played. That's good. That's really cool, because usually there's one or two that just bail really early, and it didn't happen. We had all 20 games reach like sort of completion, and that's always nice, because I don't appreciate when people sign up and then quit early. So next week we'll be back again with another simul. Again, Black Zombie. Hope to play too, but was discarded. No, he didn't discard you. You were just like after the first 20. Don't mean to discard anyone. But we'll be back tomorrow, Monday, with some Blitz and Classical Chess here on lichess. I'd like to just remind everybody that I have a YouTube channel where I do upload all the streams, both from my Blitz and Classical stream on Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. CET, and from the simuls. Video chess training on YouTube. I also ask everyone to, if they can afford, to make donations to support the stream and lichess streaming YouTube channel as well. So if you can afford to make a small donation on PayPal, it is much appreciated. And Lemuel Gullible, sorry man, I knew you wanted to play, but you were too late. So it's cool anyway. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Blitz and Classical again. Check out the YouTube channel. It's Video Chess Training on YouTube. If you want to contact me for training or lessons, my email is videochesstrainer@gmail.com. All the info on Twitch and here on lichess. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. Thanks for the PayPal donations. Thanks for just tuning in if you cannot donate. And again, check out the YouTube channel. And we'll be here tomorrow. Video Chess Training on YouTube. We'll be here tomorrow, 10 a.m. It's Monday, Blitz Classical Chess, 10 a.m. CET, Central European Time, GMT +1. I think that's enough. We'll see you guys then. I'm going to get a little bit of sleep. Bye-bye.